G'day folks. Welcome to a nice warm afternoon. It's nice to have some decent weather here. As you can see, I had a little bit of a clean-up and installed the Samsung monitor last weekend. It actually looks pretty good now. A lot more bench space behind it. I can put that tape drive and other stuff underneath it. But yeah, it's wall mounted now, so that's good. Got all that sorted out. I'm working out that Touchtronic monitor. There's a lot of variants of this board, so a lot of the information people were sending me was half right, but not quite the same. Maybe it had a different lead on it, but we do know it's RS232. This USB connector normally goes on the bottom there where the blank traces are, but it's RS232, we've just got to work out the pinouts. So we'll do that shortly. The panel itself's all in good order, so why not? Well, I mean the touch panel, the LCD's a bit rough, but I could replace that with a similar type. What else? Just cleaning up. I'm glad you like my Mad Hatter's hat. I do too. If anyone was wondering where I got it from from hatworld.com.au. It was about $100 delivered. They're not cheap. I mean, you can get dirty cheap ones off eBay for like 10-15 bucks, but I didn't want something tacky. If I'm going to wear a top hat, it might as well be a decent, or at least half decent one. If you want an original collapsible top hat, you're talking thousands of dollars. But just for a standard rigid one like that, $100 is money well spent, and it's well made. So I'm not going to complain, and I'm going to wear it. Likewise, I've got other hats and goodies, both in storage, like in my bedroom cupboards, as I keep forgetting about, and stuff even on the way from somebody. And well, we'll see them in other videos maybe, who knows. But yeah, I had a nice clean up. Almost finished polishing the big Toshiba logo off the big motor. And that motor's still at the scrapyard. There's that much steel and stuff coming in now that the weather's gotten good. It's all piled up around the motor, but they haven't had the ability to get to it. You just can't roll it out fast enough. I'm going to have to build a giant shredder for them. Hey, why not? We'll build a giant shredder using the motor to crush all the scrap that's around it. I mean, the Toyota Coaster's buried in there still. A couple of Commodore bodies and things. I had another rummage through the Commodore body and got a good tyre out of it. Yeah, why not? Likewise, I had a rummage through some of the other old stuff that Grandpa gave me a while ago, like years ago. And I never really worked out what these were. I thought they were an oil heater coupling or something. But no, they're actually quick connects for refrigeration systems. You screw that onto the service port, screw that onto your gauge set, and stuff that in there, and presto, you connect it to the system. As soon as you disconnect it, there's a check valve in here and the Schrader valve in the service port, so it's a lossless quick connect. That's a parallel one. So yeah, unfortunately there's only two of them, and I bet you they don't make them like that anymore. I know you can get gauge sets with quick connects and things on them now, but I got one of the old style sets anyway, so that'd actually work quite well. That one there is a modern set. I bought that specifically for R134A, but that's just a cheap Chinese set. That was about, I don't know, $100, $150 off eBay, or maybe even less. I think it was about $100. Don't know. I didn't pay much for it, so they'll do the job just for hobby use. But I don't do air conditioning as a trade, so it's not my business to work on anyone else's stuff apart from my own. Anyway, I've got something else more interesting, at least for the old computer gurus. It's in that case down there, and we'll have a look at that shortly. But yeah, I just pressure tested this, which I found in the back of a Commodore. Again, never used. Still got all the printing and everything on it. And the wrecker must have obviously gone over the car and just realised it was dead flat. So I've gone along and just grabbed it anyway, because I know it'd never been on the road. And sure enough, when they put the tyre on, they didn't replace the valve stem. It's not perished at the base, it's just the core doesn't seal properly anymore. It's a bit better now, but it still leaks. So that would be why. There's no physical damage to it, it's never even been used. Not bad for $10. That'll go on the Ford spare rim, because the tyre on that one's barely roadworthy and it's hard as plastic. So I'll do a switcheroo on Saturday or something. 3-phase cable, you can never have enough of that, especially with upcoming experiments. Yeah, it's generally really nice tonight. It's a nice warm day. You don't need the big heavy jackets or anything like that. It's not overly hot, there's no insects out, which I guess is a drawback of the hot weather. You do get more bugs, but overall I'm quite impressed. So let's have a look at what's inside the mystery box. You old-fashioned printer typewriter guys will enjoy that, but that will be a separate video after this one. I'll make you actually hang out for it. But yeah, if you're into old computer and printer and typewriter stuff, you'll enjoy what's in that box. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more. So I've got a whole box full of autopsy victims there, although I decided I'm not going to autopsy that. That's a 12 volt Toyota 60 series Land Cruiser dash panel, or instrument cluster, and they're getting a bit hard to find, so I might as well hang on to it, put it on the shelf for a few years. Who knows? I don't even know if it works anymore. It's been out in the weather for a bit, so maybe it will end up getting autopsied. But there was one on eBay for $100, so even though this one is weather damaged, it's worth picking for bits. Someone who has one that needs repair will probably pick it for bits. Who knows? Anyway, enough of that. What's in the box? Or the case, I should say. Technician's case.